Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Sports Unfolded NBA Rankings. I am your host, Eric. Big dog in the house. Kenny, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great, Eric. Doing great.
A lot to talk about. NBA, man. I was all excited about tonight. I'm going to tell you that right now. I was looking forward to watching some Celtics Lakers and then finding out that LeBron and AD aren't even playing. So, eh, this is
Don't,
what we do in the NBA.
don't get
So,
me
how do you
started.
feel about that? So, go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish.
I was going to say that Tyrese Halliburton, he kind of came out, said he thinks it's bogus that the NBA did the 65 game thing because obviously, with an injury, you might not be eligible for MVP or All NBA.
Let me tell you something, Eric. Okay. They should be playing at least 65 games. When people buy their ticket and say, oh, it's going to be a good matchup, it's going to be Embiid against Joker, and Embiid sitting on a bench in street clothes, I would be pissed too because I tried to watch that game. No Embiid. I don't want to watch it anymore. Ask me the last time he played Denver. Go ahead,
Yeah,
ask
they
me.
said it's been
Ask me.
like at least 5 times. It's been at least 5 years.
2019.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying.
2019.
Like, I don't get it.
And then he's not playing tonight.
Yeah, he's injured now. He
So
might be
there
in trouble.
so I was going to give this stat later, but he's missed 11 games. 7 more, he doesn't win MVP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not even eligible for All NBA, right? He falls out
And
of that
no,
too. So
exactly.
I,
So
I
what is
yeah, I like it. I like the fact that look, it holds the players accountable. I feel bad, like, hey,
me
you
too.
get hurt.
Me
It's
too.
it's part of the game. And why
Part of
should
the
a guy
game.
that only plays half the season, if he gets hurt, win an MVP or an All NBA? I mean, if there's
Thank
guys
you.
playing
Thank
60 to
you.
70 games, they deserve it over you if you've only played 40. So I like what I'm seeing. I think David Stern did a great job, implementing that. But
Me too.
all right, my
Me
friend. The
too.
real reason why we're
Me
here, though,
too.
is we're going to
Me
talk some
too.
rankings. We put these rankings out on Monday. We'll put those up for you. And you made a little change here.
Ooh.
You got OKC at 5, Philadelphia at 4, the 76ers, Denver Nuggets at 3, the Boston Celtics now back at 2, and the Los Angeles Clippers making the top spot in this week's NBA rankings. So, Kenny, a
Yeah.
lot to talk about when it comes to this, but
Let's talk.
I guess
Yeah.
the biggest thing that I would say, a couple of people upset. I heard a few things coming out. Minnesota, number 1 in the West, 34-14, not on this list. The Bucks, who you've I don't know if you and the Bucks have a thing, but 32-16, not on this list. The Knicks, 31-17, 9-1 in their last 10. They're
Whew.
hot, bro.
I,
And the Cavs,
I'm so proud of them.
29-16, 9-1. Not on this list, but
They
yet
had,
you got the Sixers on here. And that's the spot I think the Knicks could have been at.
They could have. They could
You
have.
got some
I,
explaining to do, my
I,
friend.
I tried. I tried, and I just couldn't do it yet. I'm so proud of the Knicks. They are playing hard. I tell
Dude,
you
that
what,
trade.
that trade was great. Whoever qualified that trade, whoever stamped that trade, is genius.
And
Okay?
I told you, I
They're a
like it.
genius.
I like that trade. I said it from the beginning.
Like,
I don't think it doesn't put them ahead of the Celtics, but it makes them better.
Yeah. It puts them at a right place, right where they need to be.
So let's talk about each team. I mean, it is kind of interesting when we talk about it, but you got the OKC Thunder 35-15 at number 5. What do you like about them?
Yeah. Oh, Jalen Williams and SGA are doing magnificent. They are good on defense. They can run. They're still in there. They are still in there.
Yeah, listen, I mean, MVP candidate. No?
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. He changed his team around. I mean, he's shooting 43%, but he can get to the basket anytime he
Then they
wants.
said some stat I just saw. I think it's like 8 or 9 straight games with 30 points plus.
Yeah.
Like the kid is legitimately scoring for them. I really like the fact that again they haven't shown a decline all season. They've kind of
Yeah.
stayed steady, and to
Yep.
be 18 games over 500. Again, that shows a lot for the talent that's on this team. And in the drafting, you could talk young team, but you know what? They drafted well. They got the right guys to make a difference. I think they were forced in the West, Kenny. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah.
They could scare some people. They could
Oh.
scare some people. So at 4, you had the Philadelphia 76ers. Kenny, you got to explain this one to me because I don't know. I just have not seen enough out of the Sixers. You're saying you didn't see enough out of the Knicks. I've seen enough out of the Bucks. I think they're better than the Sixers. I've seen enough. I'm just telling you.
Did you say the Bucks are better than the Sixers?
Yes. 3 games ahead of them. 32 wins, 1 less loss.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Bucks.
Okay.
I'm just saying, hey, it's your list. You tell me why I should like Philadelphia at 4 over Milwaukee.
First of all, Joel Embiid. Okay. All right. I understand that he's not been playing. Okay. All right. But when you shoot, when you score 70 points in 37 minutes, okay. Okay. All right. When you score 70 points in 37 minutes, you the man. Okay. You are the man. Okay. All right. Averaging 37.9. What was that noise?
Ron asking, still no Minnesota.
Still no Minnesota. I'm sorry. When you score 68, Cat, and you lose, I'm sorry. That's I don't know if that's coaching issues or you was trying to get 74 or something like that, but go with another floor, Cat. Go with
So let me ask you this. Joel Embiid, obviously best player.
Yes.
I'm not denying that. What I'm saying to you is overall better team. Better team, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, no.
Giannis, Dame,
no.
Middleton.
No, if you see him play, I know numbers never lie, but if you see them play, I don't know. Now that Doc is in charge, they're in trouble.
So you're being biased. You're holding it against some Doc. You got a thing since he left Boston. I know how it is, Kenny.
Oh! You're the one who said Doc is not a defensive coach, and you're right because I've watched him. I've watched that game when he came back. There was no defense.
They just lost what? They lost last night to the Trailblazers and Dame's return.
Yep, exactly.
So they lost a bad game. All right, I'll give you that one. All right, we'll see.
So he's 0-2 as a
Bucks coach. And we talked about that last week. This could cost them more than they think. But let me ask you this question: Knicks continue to stay hot. They make this list next week.
Yes, they do. They do.
We may see Philly fall out. No Embiid could be a problem for the Knicks or for the Sixers.
Yeah.
All right, number 3, my friend, best player in the NBA, Jokic. Kind of slow and steady. To me, though, 33-16. Let me ask you this, Kenny. Are they as good as the championship team as last year? Because I don't feel like they're as dominant or as determined as they were a season ago.
No, they're not. I don't think they're going to repeat. They're playing well. It's kind of a slowish. It's slower than last year. Okay, their movement are slower than last year because of their bench. Key guys are going. Brown, 3 more other guys. I can't think of it right now, but they're going. So their system is much slower than last year. It was kind of a quick pace where they run and gun. Joker get down. But Joker's posting more up. So it's not going to be as quick and fast as they were last year. They're not going to repeat.
Are they a team you think are going to make a trade by the deadline?
They have to.
If they want to repeat, going to have to bring a player in, try to get somebody
that comes off the bench and scores.
And then we're talking about a 33-16 team, best player in the league, but
Yeah.
I think I think he needs some help. I mean, I like Jamal Murray. I like what he's done, but I don't feel the guys Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon are doing the same
Yeah.
work they did last season as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
and that's where I think some of that hurts them a little bit.
Yep.
Kenny, number 2. Got the Boston Celtics, 37-11. Again, you had them take a step back. I don't know if I'd put them behind the Clippers, but explain it to me why you had them drop one spot in the rankings.
Clippers beat them last week. They had to struggle. I had to drop them. I did. I have to drop them, too. But they'll be back. They'll get on it back in the road. But they had the Clippers whooped their behind. And it's just like, I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming. I thought they would defend home.
If you tuned in to Sports Unfolded Friday night, I believe I picked the Clippers. I saw it coming, yeah, Kenny.
You sure did. I didn't see it coming.
Here's what scares me about the Boston Celtics. Porzingis is such a big piece of what they're going to do if they're going to get to the championship. And we're starting to see the health issues that scared us a little bit when we made this trade. That he's missing games now that ultimately could affect him later on in the season. They cannot win a series without Porzingis. I don't think they can. Because I feel like they need that big guy, the unicorn. He can do different things. He takes the big man out of the paint, which opens it up for Brown and Tatum. We've got to keep an eye on Porzingis and how much these injuries start to creep up.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we got to watch him. We got to get him back healthy, and we got to protect him. We got to protect him. We got to limit his minutes. Between Al Horford, like I said before, he really doesn't have to play much, but he has to play when we need him. He has to play in those big games. And if you watch him, he is a great player. Great player. I love him. Like you said, he can do everything. He can shoot the three. He can take the big man out. He can rebound. He can pass.
Defensive blocks, the blocks. He's a force in the paint. But again, we talked about this when this trade happened, and everything was rolling along for the Boston Celtics. So you're like, all right, no problems. And now you're starting to see, Porzingis ankle, Porzingis, knee, Porzingis, hip. And I'm like, it scares me. We'll see. Listen.
Yeah. And it's the nagging injuries that are at the worst. It's the nagging injuries that's the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, they can be. So tell me about this number 1 team, Kenny. Why are they number 1? What is going on here? Everything kind of gelled. It was like they started off they lose 8 straight when Harden got there, or 9 straight, and you're starting to say, wow. And all of a sudden they figured it out. Kawhi stayed healthy. You see that. Listen, the only thing I've heard is these rumblings about Westbrook getting traded, and I don't know if that eventually affects the team if he doesn't or if he stays.
I tell you right now, if he leaves, they're going to get better. If they could get a point guard that truly passes and can run the floor. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not disrespecting Westbrook. He is a great point guard. He's a good addition. But if they can get a point guard, if they can get a real good point guard.
So it's going to be an interesting team. Listen, in the West, though, again, you got Denver. We just talked about OKC as well, right? You still got the T-Wolves. Very tough, the West, to me, to judge. Oh. And as much as we don't want to discount LeBron and all those guys, that come playoff time, these guys are going to play. Yeah. They proved it in the in-season tournament that if they really want to turn it on, they will.
Yeah. The Clippers are 14-2 since Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're playing great. They are. I'm not discrediting what they're doing. I'm just saying, I think they've got a harder ride than Boston in the East.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Right. It's going to be interesting to see. But let's bring that list back up, Kenny, and just go over it one more time. OKC at 5. Philadelphia 76ers at 4. The Denver Nuggets at 3. Boston Celtics at 2. Los Angeles Clippers came in at the number 1 team. And Luka Doncic, player of the week last week for you. Right? Man tore it up another 70. We've seen a lot of 70 spots in the
73,
NBA.
73. Then he goes out and scores 45.
Right? Luka's the man.
Luka's a beast. I'm telling you. It's that supermodel. That's what it is. Supermodel. It's a supermodel.
James seems to think the Lakers can go the distance. James is challenging you on the Lakers, my friend. I don't know if the Lakers can make the list, though. I think that might be a difficult one.
That'd be a long shot.
All right, we're gonna have some fun, my friend. If you're ready,
all right,
we're gonna do some. Do you know, my friend?
Okay.
So we always try to have some fun with Do You Know? If you're out there joining us live and you want to give us a guess as well, you can do that. But I will say it's all revolving around the Los Angeles Clippers. You wanted to make them the number 1 team, Kenny.
Okay.
I want to see how much you know about those Los Angeles Clippers. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So we'll have to see. Oh, here we got a little beef going on here. No way. No way, James. That's what Ron don't believe in the Lakers. And James comes back. They aren't there right now, but they can turn it on when it matters. They won the NCAA tournament. He's got a point there, man. He's got a point there. Got a point there.
Champs.
All right. All right. Here we go with Do You Know, Kenny?
All right.
Question number 1. Doc Rivers is the all-time winningest coach in Los Angeles Clippers history.
Yeah.
Who is the all-time leader in losses for the Los Angeles Clippers as a coach?
Losses as a coach, huh?
Most losses in Clippers history as a coach.
I'm trying to think. Who coached them?
If you're out there live, you want to give us a guess. Most losses as a coach by a Los Angeles Clipper.
See, I'm trying
most
to think
wins, Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers, most wins.
Who coached him before Doc? I should know this. Oh. No, it's not Doc.
Nope, he called Doc, but it's not. Doc's the most winningest coach.
Winningest coach
history. He is not the most. He does not have the most losses in Clipper history.
I can't even think of a.
Another one that thinks Doc Rivers. All right, my friends. Doc Rivers is not the one.
I can't even think of a Clippers coach. That's a shame.
Here we go.
There's
one Mr. Mike.
Oh, Mike Dunleavy. Oh,
Mike Dunleavy.
Not Mike. Oh, not Mike Dunleavy.
Oh, 326 losses as a Los Angeles Clipper. Right? Isn't that funny? I didn't even remember Zach Randolph playing for them. When did that happen?
Look at Zebo. He was good, yo.
I must have fell asleep during that. He wasn't. I remember him with Memphis. He was a beast. I don't remember with the Clippers.
Yeah, he was a
Clipper. I do not remember with the Clippers. But Mike Dunleavy, the most losses in Los Angeles Clippers history, 326.
Wow.
326.
R.I.P. Coach Dunleavy. Wow. I couldn't even think of that. I couldn't even think of him as a coach.
All right. 0-1, my friend.
0-1.
0-1. All right, Kenny.
I got these next two.
Which Los Angeles Clippers player has the highest points per game average in his career? So the team's all-time leading scorer points per game.
Chris Paul.
The key now. Points per game. Chris Paul's your guess. Anybody out there live want to take a guess? We got Chris Paul on the table. Could it be Chris Paul? It may be. It may be. No guesses out there. No guess. They're a little scared out there to give me a, they had some great players here in Clipper land. All right, Kenny. Unfortunately, You're
Is
not
it Greg Oden? Greg Oden? Come on,
Who
here,
said
Greg
Greg?
Oden.
No way.
He said Greg Oden.
Oh my goodness. It is
Yeah.
not Odin. It is
It's not
not
Oden.
Odin. Definitely not Odin.
I don't think it's Chris Paul either. I think it's
not Chris Paul.
No, I think it's Chris Paul.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
I know who it is. Watch this.
I don't think you will, my friend.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's World Be Free.
World Be Free.
World Be Free.
World Be Free.
78 through 80.
Yep.
Played for the San Diego Clippers at the time.
Yep.
29.4 points per game is the all-time scorer points per game in Clippers history.
Yeah.
Oh, he put Odom. He wanted Odom. It wasn't Odom. It was
Odom.
World Be Free.
Be Free.
78 through 80, San Diego Clippers. 29.4 points per game is the highest points per game in Clippers history for a player.
After I said Chris Paul, and I said, "Oh, San Diego." I forgot about San Diego.
You forgot about San Diego, my friend. Never forget.
I forgot
Never
about
forget. San Diego Clippers.
You're right.
All right. Last one. You're 0-2, Kenny.
Jeez,
Can I stump you for the third time? You'll be 0-6. You realize,
right?
2 weeks straight.
I know, right?
All right.
All right, I got this one.
You're going to get this one. It's a guarantee.
Yeah, guaranteed.
All right. Oh, look at that. The crowd's egging you on. They want it. They want you. They're going, listen. They want Kenny to get this one. Come on, Kenny. That's what they're saying out there. It's your time to shine. Do you know, Kenny?
Yeah.
Who scored the most points in a playoff game for the Clippers in the history of the team? Most points in a playoff game in history for the Los Angeles Clippers.
I know this.
Oh, look at it. Don't get skunked. Don't get skunked, Kenny.
God.
They're challenging you. Nope. Nope. Ron, nope. Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Most points scored in the history of the Clippers in a playoff game.
Playoff game. Oh, playoff game.
Kenny, I'm not feeling good about this one, my friend. 0-6. 0-6 is on the table.
The Clipper playoff game. Most points in a playoff Clipper game?
In a playoff Clipper game. Oh, James, no idea. James said, nope, forget it. Not even going to take a guess. All right. Let me know when you're ready, Kenny. I'll give you the I'll give you the OFA.
Ready.
All right.
Be Chris Paul. Chris Paul played for at least.
So you want to go with Chris Paul? I mean, it could be the answer.
I do because
you want to go. All right, you got Chris Paul on the table. Ron, for some reason, loves Odom.
Odom. Oh, no, that's not it. No,
he had it and lost it. Oh, okay, this is on the table. All right, let's see who's right here. You got Chris Paul. We got Odom. We got I don't have any idea. And I'm going to tell you right now, Kenny, this was a bad one for you, man. I stumped you again because it is one Mr. Bob McAdoo. Bob McAdoo, Kenny, scored 50 points for the, guess, you ready for this? 1975 Buffalo Braves, who eventually became the Los Angeles Clippers at some point. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The crowd is against you. Bob McAdoo, most points ever in NBA Clippers history in a playoff game. Kenny. And as you can see, Kenny has left the scene. He is done. His basketball insight has been stumped once again, 2 weeks in a row. Kenny, I got to tell you, my friend, these were tough, though. These were tough. You got to
We
realize
talk about, we talk about Bob McAdoo, yo.
Bob McAdoo. We ain't talking. Listen, they aren't very good. The Clippers. For a long time, they haven't even been in the same city. And what are they moving to Inglewood next year or a couple of years from now? Right? So it's like they created a new one. Wow, Bob McAdoo. We're going back 75. But think about it. World Beat Free played for the San Diego Clippers in 78, which means only 3 years later. 3 years earlier, Bob McAdoo in Buffalo. They were in Buffalo 3 years earlier.
You know who owns the Forum?
Who owns the Forum?
You know who owns the Forum?
Not anymore.
Dolan.
Really?
The worst. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I think they're building a new arena for them.
So
Clippers are getting a brand new arena. So they're not even they're going somewhere.
I think it's the Forum.
No. They're getting their own. They're getting their own.
You might be right.
All right, my friend. Well, I want to thank everybody who joined us live.
A season, bro. But they'll probably do it.
Yeah. And Kenny, I want to thank you for your basketball insight. Once again, this is Sports Unfolded NBA ranking show. We do our normal
basketball knowledge
program every Friday night. Tomorrow night. Couldn't get Bob McAdoo, man. I'm trying here. I got to challenge you, Kenny. I can't make it too easy. I will say this. Tomorrow's show is going to be very interesting. And all the NFL seats have been filled for head coaches. So we're going to talk a little bit about two coaches that did not get selected and why. So be ready for that. My top guy, my main man, Ron, joining me Friday night for that. Kenny, what do you got?
Is one of them Eric Bieniemy?
Eric Bieniemy did not get a job either.
How about Bill?
Did not. Dan Quinn and the kid from Baltimore, the defensive. So, Eric Bieniemy out again. I will say this, Kenny. I cannot wait for Saturday night in a week. James looking forward to it. Does Belichick go from here? We will talk about it. Buffalo is not the Clippers. It was the same organization. My friend. I don't make the rules.
Thank you, Ron.
All right?
I was robbed.
Here we go. Here we go with another hanging chat over here. Here we go. The election boxes are rigged. I'm not playing this game with you, Ron. That is the fact. They are considered Clippers. It was part of their history. I don't make the rules, my friend. I don't make the rules. But I will say this, Kenny, 1 week from this Saturday, Sports Unfolded Super Bowl preview show with you, with Ron, and
special guest
with James. Woo! My goodness, this is going to be a show of all shows. We are on fire.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not. Listen, I'm not. Let's go. Be ready for the best Super Bowl preview show you will ever have. We've got so much coming at you. We will talk more about it tomorrow night and next Friday night before the big show. And we will give you our prediction on who's going to win and why. So stay tuned for that. And Kenny, next week, Monday, can't wait for your NBA rankings. We've got our NHL rankings out right now as well. In talks to possibly do an NCAA top 10 every week as well. That's on the table. So we might have a lot going on with Sports Unfolded. Continue to follow us and watch us and share our show. You can see that little ticker that's been running the entire time, how you can follow and share us. And if you'd like to sponsor our show, just reach out to Rhode Island Broadcasting, email them, and they'll tell you all the wonderful ways they can do that as well. Kenny, I will see you next week. I can't wait for the NBA rankings because I know for a fact we're going to see the New York Knicks on your list for the first time. It's coming. It's going to happen. All right.
It has to.
All right. This has been Sports Unfolded NBA rankings. And all we ever ask for every single week is peace on earth.